500.
Now my wheels in motion and my windows open with the wind blowing in my hair. I'm driving down the highway, gonna do this my way. I can feel it in the air. Here I go.
Live from the Volvo 780 studios. USA. This is JJDrones Live. And now, here's JJDrones.
And it's JJDrones coming to you live from Washington State. Appreciate all of you being here. We have got in the room, we've got Missouri Outlaw, which is Randy. We've got Dan, the droning veteran. We've got Nobrim FF. Thank you for coming in, Nobrim. I appreciate that. Not familiar with you, but always appreciate new people coming into the show. We've got Explore with Drew. Thank you for coming in. I knew you... Howdy, Jason. Made it home. I will be able to join you shortly. Thank you so much for letting me know that. And we've got my mom and dad sitting here, and appreciate you for being here. And we've got some special guests coming in for our Rant Away Sunday. It's another episode of a couple of few truck drivers ranting. Hey, Barack, welcome in. Appreciate you being here. We've got Gary. G Money is in the house. Appreciate you being here, sir. We have got a great show lined up for you today. It's going to be a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun talking about some of the things that bothered us on the road last week, so we're just going to go ahead and continue that on this week because of the time constraints that we had last week. But before we get into that, at the bottom of the screen you can see the ticker at the bottom. That is where you can go if you want to do a sticker swap with me. And if you would like to have your video featured on my website, you can go to jason@jjdrones360.com as well. You can email me the link to your video, and I will feature that video on my website for a week. I've already got somebody for this week lined up. And last week we had Dan, the droning veteran. He allowed me to show his side of the spectrum with a preview of his video that you weren't able to watch unless you were actually on my website. So I appreciate Dan for doing that. And then for everything JJ Drones related, including a new feature on my website where you can schedule an appointment if you have any technical issues that you need fixed. You can go and visit JJDrones360.com and set up an appointment and a whole bunch of other JJ Drones related material. And then my Amazon link is on that website as well, JJDrones360.com, Amazon-1. And if you would like to help support this channel, you can go to paypal.me/JJDrones. We're going to go ahead and get into the content of the program today. We've got a lot of people waiting here backstage, and I'm going to bring them in one by one. We have got, surprisingly, my very good friend, Carl Marks. Welcome to the program, Carl.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. We also have in Center Square here, hey, chilling in Indiana. Appreciate you being here, Carl. And then we've got Hunting Stuff with J&J. Appreciate you being here. And then on the Center Square, we've got Paul. I guess.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. What? You call it talking on the CB there, Paul?
Right? Let's go, man. Get her done.
If you Roger beat me, I swear to God, I am going to take you. Oh my! Hang on. Your mic is now muted.
Brutal.
I know it, right? And we have Jeff Marks on the program today.
Wait, is it Jeff Marks, Karl Marx? You guys brothers?
They are not related. But he's been having internet issues, so it is possible we may need to. Hey, Bosa, welcome into the show. Appreciate you being here. And Randy says for $19.95, I can get you to Jason quicker.
That's a big 10-4.
So, we've got 4 of us, and let's see here. Jeff, can you hear me now, buddy?
Yes.
Okay, and I can hear you. So we've got Jeff, Paul, Carl, and me all here on the panel today. And I know that I don't know what Carl's status is as far as what he needs to do today. So I think we're going to start a Rant Away Sunday today with our buddy Carl, because he has something that really aggravates the crap out of us. And before we do that, I'm just going to say hello to the wife, Haley Johnson. Thank you so much for coming in and watching. Randy says, I know a guy who knows a guy. So, Carl, why don't you start us off with your rant of the day?
Okay. Actually, I'm gonna pause for 1 second. I need you to do me a favor.
Okay.
Can you explain? I was talking to a few people, and they were gonna look at your site today on the YouTube.
Okay.
And they want to know how they can leave a comment. So I was wondering if you can explain that, because I don't know, because I go off the Facebook thing.
Okay. So in order for you to go ahead and leave a comment, and Northside Hawk, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. And thank you for subscribing to the channel. I hope that you get something out of being here. But in order to just come on to the web or onto YouTube and leave a comment, there's a comment section underneath the YouTube video where you can leave a comment. So just go ahead and do that. And if you want to leave a chat, or if you want to do a chat, you can do that through Facebook or YouTube. It's easier to do it on YouTube because that's where the majority of people are chatting. But there are people that are chatting on Facebook as well. So however you want to do it is fine, but I always suggest people go to JJDrones 360, and you can see the logo up here in the upper right-hand corner, so you can make sure you're going to the right YouTube channel. Come to the live stream and just join the live chat. Everybody here is helpful and friendly, and that's the best way to do it. And if you want to leave a comment, hit the like button, and then underneath the like and there's a place to hit the comment button, and you can leave a comment on the video.
Perfect.
So what you got for us, buddy?
Well, so as we were discussing the other day, I was driving through Indiana, and I saw probably at least 10 to 15 billboards of these lawyers that were talking about big truck accidents or stuff like that. And it reminded me, because I thought about this before, but it was a good reminder of where are the billboards of advertising how to drive around a semi, the no zones or blind spots or leaving room. So, and they got me thinking about the advertisements on the trailers too. Some companies have, wide right turns, or this vehicle makes wide right turns. Or Jason, you and I were talking about the other day about with 28-foot trailers and the turn signals in the middle of the trailer versus the 53 or some 48s.
Right.
But it's like, so with the billboards, there's no advertisements really of how to drive on the road with commercial vehicles. It's all about if you're in an accident with a commercial vehicle, and it really bugged me, and it's bugged me before, and it just really irritated me this past Saturday.
Right. Hang on one second. Missouri, this I'm putting the link out here for Randy. Randy, if you want to come in as well, you are more than welcome to join us. I'm just putting the link up there for Randy. Woman Outdoors, thank you very much for being here. I hope that you're feeling better. And everybody say hello to Northside Hawk because he's a new subscriber, and just welcome in. And let's see here. It says, Paul, speak up, sir, can't hear you at all. Yeah, he wasn't talking at the time. Hey, Robert, welcome. Appreciate you being here. Sorry, guys. Just got to welcome everybody in as they're coming in. I mean, this is amazing. So as Carl was saying, they've got everywhere around the country, there's billboards out there of these lawyers that are just waiting for a screw up from a truck driver. And they don't care about the fact that they're going after a driver that is just out there trying to make a living. And you really have to be careful as a professional driver, because these guys are just looking for you to mess up in any way possible. So, the biggest thing that you can do is protect yourself by doing proper pre-trips, not being on your phone while you're driving. And another thing that a lot of companies are doing is they're having the cameras in the trucks. So, Jeff, why don't you give your opinion on the lawyer things? If you can hear me. And if you can't hear me, we're going to move on to Paul.
Yeah.
Okay, Paul.
Wait, what was the question again?
Jeff, I'm gonna call you.
Yes, you should call him. He's got issues. Lots of issues.
So I'm gonna call Jeff and get him on the phone.
Liars. Wait, no, lawyers? Wait, which one is it?
We're talking about the lawyers on the billboards that basically want to be ambulance tracers for trucks.
I actually, when I was driving, just for everybody to know, I'm not really driving anymore. I drive car, but is it the same? No? Okay. Feels like the same, just smaller. But I think I was in Utah and I seen one of those signs for the first time. One of the lawyers, truck accident, call us. And I called them and I laid into them. Their sign actually disappeared. I don't know, a few months later, the sign was gone after that. I didn't see it all over Salt Lake for I don't know. Never seen it again. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, it's ridiculous. They're blaming us for this stuff, but they're just like you said, Jason, they're freaking ambulance chasers that they're just going after the big money. Go after that $1 million liability. Oh wait, sorry. $2 million liability. Hold on, I got to keep myself for that. But
right?
Oh man. But then I can do
this too. How about this one?
Right now.
Sorry, playing with my toys today.
Yes.
But yeah.
So
that whole ambulance chasing thing, it's bad enough that it's like the government's going after us, but then they say, oh wait, you got to go drive, but oh wait, no, hold on, you're essential. Oh wait, make up your mind.
Right.
So we've got Jeff on the phone now. Jeff, can you hear me? Jeff, are you there?
Jeff, can you hear us now? Can you hear me now?
Okay, still having issues with
something. He is just in a bad place.
All right. So let us just do that. Jeff, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
I can kind of hear Jeff, but hang on.
sounds like you have him up against a microphone.
Right.
Is he not plugged in?
Keep talking, Jeff.
Yeah. Can you hear me
Barely.
Barely. Now I'm pumping up your volume, so keep talking.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. Now I can hear you. So
I
give
don't know why it won't let me log in at all now.
Oh, well, why don't you go ahead and give us your opinion on the whole lawyer thing?
It's basically a way for soft people to make a quick buck and not have to work and be lazy.
I mean
Point
that.
blank.
I mean that's the long and short of it. Dan says that those signs are all over Salt Lake, Paul.
Oh, all right. Well, it's been a while since I've been there, so I'm kind of allergic to Utah. So
Yeah. Johnny Mac says, "Hey troops, popping by before bedtime." So appreciate you coming in. Let's see here. Paul, you've got something up here. What
I
is
sent a
that?
little entertainment for you to click on real quick.
Oh.
He was talking about money, you know. I figured
That's right.
that's good.
That's right.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Let me just share this.
I mean, they're
with-
cuter than lawyers, but you know, whatever. So
We're just gonna do this.
we're gonna have some fun here. You know, we have some fun here.
You know, it's the lawyers just chasing the almighty dollar. You know,
That's right. Exactly.
but pugs chasing money is a lot cuter.
Pug life, baby. Oh yeah. Was there
Let's
music
see
to that?
here.
There was.
Wow, we've got a lot of people in chat today, so I really hope that you guys forgive me.
Killing it.
Randy says the signs are everywhere, and let's see here. Dan says, or not Dan. Gary says, sounds like he's on a wiretap and fearful for his life. Dad's having prime rib tonight, so you know, if anybody wants some prime rib, just go up to my dad's house.
Nice.
And
Ooh.
thank you so much, Randy. Don't forget to hit the like button. You know we can find you.
Yeah.
I've got Haley on Google Earth all day. You know. Okay, so what it boils down to, Carl, is and we talked about this the other day, is if the lawyers really cared about the safety of the people that were driving around trucks, okay, they would put up billboards that actually promoted safety, like don't drive in the no zones or don't tailgate semis. You know, make sure that if you're behind a semi that you can see the mirrors of the truck in front of you.
Right.
And then we've also got, you know, don't, you know, cut semis off, give them room in front. So, you know, there's all sorts of ways that they're able to promote safety, but they want to take the opportunity to go against the truck drivers and try and go after that. Hey, Shannon, welcome. Appreciate you being here. Go after that almighty dollar because they think that they're only hurting the trucking company.
Right.
But what they're actually doing is they're going after the driver. And, you know, depending on how serious it is, the driver may have to pay that out of pocket, or they'll go into bankruptcy because they can't afford to pay it, right?
Exactly.
And it all really depends on the trucking company too, because some trucking companies will actually stand behind their drivers and other trucking companies will not. So
Yeah. Wait, hold on.
go
You
ahead,
better
Paul.
who actually stands behind their drivers? You better tell everybody because most of us may not know that answer.
That's going to be a case-by-case basis, Paul, because, you know, there are trucking companies that do that. I know Breakbush Transportation stands behind their drivers and helps them however way that they possibly can.
Like personally, you know that?
Oh,
What happened?
I may know something about that, and we're not going to get into that. But let's see. Gary says, I kind of like that Karl Marx dude. Super polite and patient. He always sounds very smart when he does speak. That's because, you see, if you haven't met Carl in some of the earlier live streams that he's been on, he's been on the driving end of trucking, and he's been in the office part of trucking. So he kind of knows. With the people that we have on the panel today, we could run a trucking company because Carl has all the office knowledge. Paul knows the logistics part of it.
I know everything.
No, you don't know everything. I'm sorry. But you know the logistics part of it. I know the driving part of it. And Jeff knows the shop part of it. So we could open up a trucking company tomorrow with the talent that we have on the panel today.
Aw, I feel so special.
Yeah,
Yes.
Let's do it.
Jeff Mark says, we love you, Jason.
Let's go.
Just out of curiosity, what would we name said trucking company?
Kick ass trucking. No.
I have no idea. Come back to me later with that question. Shannon came in on Facebook and on YouTube, so she's doing double duty today. And Randy knows everything because he's been on the road for 38 years and still driving today. So thank you very much for your service, Randy. I do appreciate that. And Shannon, his wife, she used to drive truck, and you know, she has a lot of knowledge under her belt as well. But so that kind of ties into something that Jeff wanted to talk about. And Carl, buckle up, okay?
I'm in my car too, so I can actually do that here. Right
You
now.
can, because for anybody that knows anything about securement policies, this is going to make your head explode. Jeff, do you want to take that one?
Sure. So as of this year, the FMCSA has published a rule for flatbed and open deck carriers, pretty much telling them that they only have to secure 50% of the weight of the load on the trailer. And the way I was taught, it was you take the load, the weight of the load, you secure the full amount, you never have any troubles. But for some reason, somebody in their infinite wisdom has decided 50% of the weight of the load is suitable. And that kind of goes back to what Carl was touching on. Let's see who we can screw for the most amount of money today.
Right. Now, you have some visual aids. What would you like me to start off with?
Well, I guess we can start with the rule itself. Let everybody see that.
Okay, is that, let's see here.
The page number should be at the bottom.
All right. Let's see here. Are you able to see on your phone, Jeff, what I'm looking at?
Yeah.
Which one do you want me to show?
That one right. Whoop, go back.
Go back one?
One.
Okay. Okay, so this one here where it says how well must the system work?
Yes.
Okay. So this one says each cargo securement system must be able to withstand a minimum amount of force in each direction as follows. Forward force, which is 80% of cargo weight when braking while driving straight ahead. Rearward force, which is 50% of cargo weight when accelerating, shifting gears while climbing a hill or braking in reverse. Sideways force of 50% of cargo while weight when turning, changing lanes, or braking while turning, and an upward force of 20% of cargo weight when traveling over bumps in the road or cresting a hill unless cargo is fully contained within the structure of the vehicle. So basically, the rearward force, you only need 50%. So if something happens and you're going up a hill, you only have that 50% secured of the weight. There's a chance that that could start sliding backwards, couldn't it, Jeff?
Yeah, come right off the end of the trailer into somebody's car or shut down an interstate.
And then sideways force, you know, that's something that you're driving down the road and you hit a sharp curve or something. You've only got 50% of that load capacity. You know, that's something that could slide off the side of the trailer into the car in front of you, couldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you take a curve a little too quick, and your 50,000 pound steel coil goes bouncing out across a family of 4.
So why don't you tell all of our viewers, especially Carl, because I want to see his head explode, what they want to replace that extra securement with?
Nowadays, friction is securement.
Wow.
Meaning the area that the cargo touches the deck is considered securement.
I mean, his head just exploded. I can see the brains just coming out of his ears.
Yeah, that's
Friction.
Does that make you feel safe passing that prime truck that just got a CDOs last week and he's got a load of pipe?
not at all. I mean, that's almost as bad as how we were talking last week with the CDL test with the AB. Like, you don't even need to know, you're not even tested on some of your vehicle. I don't know.
Dad, I can send you that. I can text that to you. I've got copies of that.
Ooh. Of what? Last week?
No, what you just sent, what we were just talking about. My dad wants me to have a copy, or send him a copy for the GLTPA.
I can fax him a whole book or send him a whole book on it, because I've got it laying right here in the passenger seat.
Yeah, we can send you all the information you want. And he says that's like your brother taking the playhouse, the whole playhouse, without tying it down, made the kids happy. Carl, do you have a sound button for your head exploding? Paul, do you have a sound button for Carl's head exploding?
Check your message.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know if there's sound on it, but it I think it works.
which one? You've been
The last,
sending me.
the nearest one.
Oh, there we go. Here we go.
Nearest.
Yeah, there's no sound to it, but
Yeah.
here is
People can imagine their brain.
there's Carl's head exploding.
There you go.
Oh, dang it.
So I knew that was gonna be something that was. I mean, here's an example of a properly secured load with the, but he put way too much friction on there.
Friction.
Oh, you're gonna show my friction photo first?
Well, I've got your photo right here. So you've got the drag chain on the back.
Yep.
Basically, you have two chains on each of these. These are coils of fiber optic cable, and basically it's got two here because you have to have the drag chain to pull it forward, and then you have the one to keep it down, and then you've got 1 to 2 straps in between each one, right?
Yes. The reason the ones in the middle, there are 2 of those rows of spools in the middle.
Yep.
That are under DOT law over secure, but the reason it's that way is because this is a multiple drop load, and the 4 on each end will come off first before the 3 in the middle or 4 in the middle come off.
Right.
And to drive the 120, 200 miles, I'd had to fish another chain through each one of the end ones for what they call the ghost strap or ghost securement.
Now, can anybody who's on the panel right now, can anybody point to me where the friction is? Anybody?
I can. I can if you'd like me to, because I sprinkled it all over the deck.
Besides the 2x2s or whatever the 2x4 mix that's blocking the rolls from rolling. The rolls
Right,
from,
but how do you quantify the amount of? How can you quantify friction?
you don't. See, that's the problem. Is government idiots sat down and said, "Hey, things don't slide very easily. I wonder, we should just turn it down. It's okay. It's fine. One last strap, it's somewhere. It's going to save somebody money. I bet that's I think that's it. Just it'll save somebody money, and it'll be okay because the friction on the ground and the friction on all the friction, it'll handle it. Be fine."
Gary says break 19 for a radio check. Where can I get a 10-200 in Utah?
Wait, I want to ask a stupid question. Wait, what does 10-200 mean again?
I don't remember.
Where can I defecate on an oscillating rotator?
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can do that at any Flying J if you can get in the parking lot. Shannon says, I never feel safe passing a prime truck, and you probably shouldn't.
That's a big 10-4.
Randy and I only drive slow when you're in the truck because you're... Oh, Randy, I only drive slow when you're in the truck because you're scared when I drive you around. Time and money, who cares how safe it is? And there it is. I need a ding, 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 ding. Yes. Wrong one,
No,
Paul.
oops, wrong one. Dang it.
Yep.
Get these mixed up. Oh wait, here you go.
There you go. It's time and money, right? It's the trucking companies going to the FMCSA saying, hey, look, it's taking us way too long to get these loads secured, and we need to get these loads down the road. What can you do to help us speed up this process? So the FMCSA says, well, there isn't really much we can do other than, make the process for your drivers easier to secure it to the trailer, and then, we'll see how it goes. But I think it really boils down to how much time it takes to secure a load. And that shouldn't be the process that these people go through in their heads. It should all be about safety. It shouldn't be about time. What's your thoughts on it, Paul?
Oh, thought? What?
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Thoughts about...
No, it's I don't get it. I just really don't understand. Like, I did a bunch of flatbed work, and I made sure everything was tight. I didn't care. There was no math in my head besides the official math, which the only time the official, so many feet, what was it? What was the old numbers? Like, strap every 4 feet, right?
Yeah.
And 2 on the
one
front.
Trap, 2 on the front,
and
2 on the back, and then 1 every 4 feet thereafter.
Yeah. Right. When I did lumber, no problem. Whatever. I follow that. It's all good usually. But I think the biggest problem is idiot drivers driving too fast around corners. Problem solved. Or don't tailgate so you don't slam on the brakes and the load doesn't go in front of you.
But then again, Paul, you're not even discussing the period of time in the wintertime or when it's raining or anything like that, because your friction's going to be less, right?
No, hold on. As long as you're really heavy, you got about 80 grand on the ground, you'll have plenty of friction in the snow and stuff, even the ice. As long as you got the really good Michelins on the back end, you're cool. The key is just don't slam on the brakes.
Yeah, well,
if you're doing 65 in the snow, just make sure, you can see far away, right?
What is the rule of thumb, Jeff?
For what?
For securing a load, the right way.
You put a strap or chain a minimum of every 4 feet, and you have enough securement to cover the entire weight of the load, if not a little bit extra, and put a drag chain or strap anywhere needed.
Okay, but what is the common sense? I'm not talking about the FMCSA. I'm asking, what is the common sense rule of thumb for a flatbedder?
You better be able to turn that son of a gun upside down and not the first thing fall off of it.
That's right.
Yep.
and that's the way that it should be. But you're going to get these guys that come in from truck driving school that are going to learn how to secure a load 50% of the weight, and the rest is going to be friction. We were just talking about chain. We were talking. Oh, this will drive your mind or blow your mind, Paul. We were talking about what was it? The coil hangers, Jeff.
Yeah, the coil racks and the timbers.
Okay, so the FMCSA right now, the coil racks and the timbers didn't ever count as securement before. But now, coil racks and timbers will count up to 900 pounds of securement. Or 300. I'm sorry, 300. Yeah. 300 pounds of securement per coil rack. So if you have 3 coil racks, that counts towards 900 pounds of securement. So let's just say we're driving, you got this new guy and he's out there and he's seeing a 50,000 pound coil, okay? And this driver, let's say he drives for a prime company, he goes and he does the math and he says, okay, I've got a 50,000 pound coil. And so that's half of that is 25,000 pounds. So that's only 5 chains. And then I've got 900 pounds with coil racks. So I can get away with 4 chains. So he chains it up, goes down the road, and he's driving and not really paying attention. Oh, here comes a stoplight ahead, and he's driving. It's green. He's almost to it, and then it turns red. And he's a new driver, so slamming on the brakes, and then boom.
You will remember me.
You know. That is just how it goes, It's not right. And then I guess that lawyer guy that is advertising on the billboards down there in Chicago is going to have a whole lot of business, but it's not going to be from other drivers. It's going to be from the families of truck drivers that have been killed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you know what? They're going to blame it on the driver.
Oh, they will.
No, you should have done. That's it. I think there's a you should have cause in somewhere in the laws there, because it's always, well, you should have, which probably true in a lot of cases, but
Yep, but
not specifically.
Again, we're talking about real world scenarios, and that is a real world scenario that happens all over the country. Paul, do you have a rant that you want to get into today?
A rant.
Yes.
Hold on. I think I do.
Can you hear me now?
Can you milk a cow?
Actually, that was can you hear me now? But
yes.
I don't know. I was gonna throw in a monkey wrench and talk about GMRS radios for your family, but
well, we can talk about that. I've got one rant that I'm going to go into, and
Go
then we
for
can
it.
talk about GMRS radios. So my rant is about yield signs. Carl, give me the definition of how you're supposed to operate a yield sign in a vehicle. Oh, I have no audio coming from you. Did you mute yourself?
Uh-oh, he might have gone MIA.
Well, let's see.
He must be using Sprint.
Oh gosh. I don't know what happened. Your picture is clear, but you're out, and you're not muted on your end, and you're not muted on my end.
Oh, you talking about Carl? Yeah, dude.
Yeah. No? You may have to leave the room and come back.
You have to leave the room and come back. Do a U-turn.
And we will get his answer here in a short minute.
It was
and
like
that
this.
Yeah, exactly. In the meantime, we can bring up the unofficial sponsor of this this Rant Away Sunday, which is Ted at Off the Hook Outdoors. He has bait boxes that he is selling, and they are $30 for no color preference, $35 for specific colors, and then you have to pay for shipping as well. You can go and email him. His email is tedpolanowskijr@gmail.com. He is not really the sponsor; it's just unofficial, and he and I joke about that. So, but if you want to know what the bait boxes look like, this is what they look like when he ships them out to you. If I can find them, there they are, and that's what the bait boxes look like. So, if you're interested in buying some bait boxes, email tedpolanowskijr@gmail.com, and he will not only make them for you, he will also do it on a live stream and show you the results of him making your baits.
That's what we've been missing the whole time. We've needed an IT guy with all the
Right?
funny sounds.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
And I don't have this soundboard all set up because I forgot my memory card
Oh,
at
look,
home.
I get to feel like a trucker.
That's almost an air horn. Almost.
It says air horn on the thing.
I know it does.
Dang
I
it.
know it does. Oh, Carl's back.
Carl's back.
Okay, can we hear you, Carl?
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Okay,
Okay.
so
Sorry about that.
that's all right. I'm going to switch people around here. Watch that. Isn't that cool? I can just move everything. I can just move
Aw.
everybody around.
Jason center stage now.
I'm the star of the show, but I'm the diva. But so Carl, how do you operate a yield sign when you're in your vehicle on a regular basis?
Well, when you're coming up to the yield sign, you slow down, you look both ways or whatever direction you're going. Not come to a complete stop, but if you have to, that's your obligation to stop and let the people go. But there's a lot of people that just ignore it and they just keep going, or they come to a complete stop, which both cases are wrong. It's not a complete stop.
But if traffic is coming, you are supposed to stop.
Right.
Or
Okay.
drive faster.
No, that's the problem, Paul. So
No.
Gary says, sorry, folks, just got back. Sorry, had to take 10th call from my mother with dementia. I'm sorry, folks, I really wanted to listen and watch without issue. It's all right, Gary. Completely understand, brother. Trust me.
No. Okay. So yield signs. Here we go. All right. So if you come up to a yield sign, which means you're coming up to it, which means you may be able to see the stuff that's possibly coming the other direction. So you could plan. What's the last word? Come on, you guys know it. Plan what?
Plan ahead.
Oh, damn. I feel like a Swift trainer of the trainers. Right
Yes,
there.
but Paul, here's the problem. Here's the problem, okay?
Throwing
The
you.
problem is when
What?
you run into a situation at an entrance ramp. I was driving through Minnesota and I was coming up to a construction zone. And
Mhm.
when I was coming up to the construction zone, everything was all backed up like normal. But it wasn't because people were trying to cut in line in front. Everybody was lining up in the correct lane. The problem is the people that were trying to come onto the interstate in the construction zone that had a yield sign on their entrance ramp were not stopping for the yield sign. They were just going ahead, just blowing through that yield sign and trying to cut into traffic. That yield sign works as a stop sign if there's traffic coming. That is how the law is written.
I thought it was kind of like go faster. No?
No, sorry.
So,
Like
so
yellow.
is that why the yield sign is red and white?
That's why the yield sign is red and white.
Is that why it's pointed? I thought it was pointed so that it meant go fat, like acceleration, right? Or is it upside down? So is it like stop? Wait, I forget. I'll have to look at it.
And Shannon's right. It truly is a California stop if there's no traffic coming, which is basically what Carl explained.
It's a legal
and,
California stop.
And then Randy says they couldn't see the big yellow truck. I mean, it's really hard to see a big semi, you know? and the miles and miles of traffic that's trying to get past it because of Labor Day weekend traffic. And Gary says, I honestly don't know trucking laws, but Florida Highway Patrol has truckers always pulled over for inspections, etc. They don't like dump trucks too much. And I can tell you right now, Gary, they don't like dump trucks too much because most of them drive illegal with their weights, and some of them don't even drive legally with their licenses. So it's I mean, depending on the dump trucks, that doesn't really surprise me. But Florida Highway Patrol is really, really strict. They're almost California-ish.
Ooh. Wow.
They are.
Is that an insult? No way. That's an insult.
They're just very strict.
Yeah. Okay.
And it is all about the money. It is.
All about the money.
What is the one thing that I told you a long time ago, Paul, that what is the key thing when anybody says anything about safety? What are they really talking about?
How much money they can make? Money.
Right. Yeah. Money.
I feel like Will the Fortune there for a second.
It's all about the pug with the money.
Yeah, that's right. Pug life, baby.
That's right.
Look, I like a pug.
And that's all it's about. But so the big thing that I wanted to rant about was I was in the traffic, in the road construction, and everybody was doing what they're supposed to do. And usually when you come up to a construction zone or a lane ending or something like that, everybody wants to try and cut in front of everybody. So, yes, Gary, you can ask any question that you would like, my friend. But anytime that you come up to something like that, you're supposed to try and get in line and not try and cut all the way up towards the front and, cause the traffic jam that most people always do. And then if you're coming onto an interstate and you have a yield sign, now some states have that yield sign just generally on their entrance ramps, like Pennsylvania has it. You can correct me if I'm wrong, Carl, but I think Ohio has a couple of instances where they've got the yield sign on the entrance ramps.
Right.
So if you see that, if you have traffic coming, you're supposed to stop. And if you don't stop, you're basically, breaking a traffic law, but it's not really enforced. So you can
get caught.
Do what you want. And Drew said it's a zipper merge in Canada.
Zipper merge. Hey, when I grew up, they taught us this is how you're supposed to merge because, in California, we have a little bit of traffic. It was every other car. It's really simple. Every other car, like one car. Nobody knows how to do that anymore. That's what we should outlaw. We should outlaw having the test online. Nothing. Everything is freaking. You have to go to DMV to take the test. No schools giving people the test. None of that crap. That's school crap.
Who's giving the test online?
No. Like having the test answers online.
Oh,
Literally,
okay.
Every kid nowadays, they go, oh, look, I'll just go online and they'll go read a bunch of tests. They'll memorize a bunch of answers, and then they'll go take the test. They don't even read the damn book. And
the practice test.
Yeah, the practice test.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they can just get all the answers right there online.
Yep.
Yeah. They don't even read the book. So they have no idea any of the rules at all. Like none. None of the stuff that you would normally learn, it's just not there. They don't even know how to do it. So they have no concept of that at all, it seems like, anymore.
My dad says when you're under your duals, you have merged. I'm not worried about when I merge. I'm worried about when the other people are trying to merge on.
Yeah, when they're under your duals, that's a problem.
If they're under my duals, that's a huge problem. Then you're dealing with some sort of Chevy Chase.
Right? Something. Holy hell.
What do you have to say about this topic, Jeff?
I pretty well agree with everybody. Just take your time and look, and if you can go. If you don't, stop or slow down.
But you've encountered this quite a bit with your drives yourself, haven't you?
Being dedicated to the Northeast for almost 2 years, yeah, more than my fair share.
That's hardcore.
If that yellow blinks thing doesn't come on, I can't see them. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
But that yellow blinky thing, and I called it the Blinkinator 5000. You know, on my truck. If you can't see the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, well, basically like 12 lights that blink. I don't know how many times I had to pull over here in Washington State just today with people on the shoulder of the road. I turn my blinker on, and they just sit there right next to me like, huh, he must be trying to do something. I wonder if that signal indicator there means that he's trying to... Nah, he's not trying to move over. I'm just going to sit here and wait for him to do something. I'm waiting for Gary to... yeah, they can kiss the guardrail. Yeah, well, you know, you can do that when you're on your own truck. But when you're not, what is Paul doing?
Wait, oops, hold on. Wait, where'd it go? Nope, not that one. Hold on. There's a point, I promise. Okay, so this is like a challenge here. Look at that flat, not the Mercedes tire. Ignore the screen thing. This one right here. And ignore that too. There. See that tire? What do you think? Flat or
Looks
over?
flat to me.
Yeah.
You think? You sure?
And it looks...
Oops. Ignore that. Hybrid stuff.
Plus, it kind of looks like... oh
Now-
my gosh. He's overloaded.
Yeah, baby.
He's overloaded by a lot.
The only bounce that was going on was from the tire. There was no travel in that system.
How much weight was on those steer tires? Like 16,000, 20,000 pounds?
I have no idea. Speaking of dump trucks, this is why. Wait, let's see. I don't think I got a back end picture of him. No,
Hey,
it's like
Verna, welcome. Appreciate you being here.
yeah. But yeah,
I would say he's got at least 20,000 on that steer axle.
He's got to
Oh,
be,
yeah.
and it almost looks like the steel cords are showing, doesn't it, Jeff?
It does from that last angle.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it looked like it had tread on the tire, but definitely when I seen that thing hitting little bumps, it was like the truck and the tire. The truck wasn't moved. There was no distance in the gap with the fender.
Well,
It
I
was
mean,
all
he can still have tread on the tire and still be showing the steel cords out the side.
Oh, I see what you're saying. No, the tire was good. Well, call it this. But yeah, no, he had tread on there because I could see the tread, but definitely like when he was hitting bumps, it was like dunk, 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 dunk. Like the tire was absorbing, not the suspension. Yeah.
And
Jeff,
Carl didn't get evicted. He's still up there. And Gary wants to hear a cow moo sound.
Moo.
There
Is
you
that
go. Go ahead, Jeff.
after that, I would say he needed a set of steer tires. It probably destroyed the sidewall where it meets the tread.
I'm surprised that he was able to actually drive down the roads of California with the weight that it was on that truck and not have that tire completely explode.
Yeah.
I'm surprised DOT didn't stop him when they just passed by.
No, see the problem here in California. Well, okay. Besides everything I just said there, California.
Right.
There's not like the cops don't do anything. The highway patrol, they're barely even out here. So, and
Right.
where we're at on the peninsula here, over by the SF airport, basically, they're almost never around. I haven't seen a pickup truck in, I don't know, probably a year or two. And then during COVID, this was nuts. I don't know if you guys noticed this when you're driving, but during like the beginning and kind of even the whole year of the first part of COVID, cops were nowhere to be found.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
highway patrol wasn't on the freeway. Everybody was getting on the freeway 80, 90 miles an hour, dude. It was nuts.
Right.
It was insane.
Oh, I know, and I mean that happened everywhere. That was happening on in Michigan too, but over in California, I mean, you've got
Well, there's
major
nothing out in
cities,
Michigan, so
and you don't really, Shannon. There's not really many back roads that you can take over in Paul's area. Most of it is either surface streets or
yeah.
interstate highway. But it does. Hey, Yads, welcome in. Appreciate you being here. It does remind me though. And Jeff, I apologize. I'm going to steal your thunder on this one, but please don't smoke pot while you're pregnant. It does cause California. Okay. So
I don't know. I think it's way more than pot, man.
that's the PSA for today.
We got way more issues than that.
Is he over by Half Moon Bay? Yes,
No,
he's
the
over by
101
Half
San
Moon Bay.
Francisco, 101
We call-
San Francisco Airport. That's the best
Yeah.
way to say it.
Yeah, he's over by the bay.
Yep. By the bay, city by the bay.
So
Jason, what did you used to call that particular city?
I used to call it something that was not appropriate for YouTube.
Yeah, we'd have to be behind the paywall for that one.
Yes, that would have to be behind the paywall.
Oh, okay.
And I don't
okay.
have a paywall yet.
Oh, dang it.
Oh, this has been a lot of fun today, guys. It really
Mhm.
has. And we're getting close to the end. But Paul, I told you that you'd be able to talk about your radios. So let's have it, man.
Oh, all right. So here, I'll just give everybody a quick because. So, I like long squiggly things. I'm just kidding. So if it's kind of like I've been on this little kick about worried about the end of the world or whatever, or California taking everything from us and locking us down more. But no, seriously, GMRS radio, you actually don't have to get a license, but it actually, besides CB, this is like just below getting ham licenses, and you don't have to take a test. Literally, you go on the FCC. If you look up Google GMRS license, you go on there, sign up. Yes, you have to give them your social, so it's not like you're hiding from the government. But the GMRS radios, you can use repeaters, and I've heard people from 100 some miles away from here. So, and depending on where you live, I already checked Jason's area. Sorry, nobody lives out there, so they said we don't care.
said we
There's
don't
no
care.
repeaters, so he'd have to go ham in order to really get anything. But no, these things will work and funny thing is, these two radios right here, both USB-C, and I'll give Jason the link for him to put them up for people. But these things will get out like between 1 and 5 miles, depending on your buildings in the way and stuff like that. So, but if you're out in the country, it'll probably go way further than that. But yeah, you get your license, but you can get radios that go up to 50 watts and use repeaters, and you don't have to take the test. It's like $35. It's for your whole family. And so you can actually connect your whole family with these radios with one license for $35 for 10 years. But you can basically just set up your own communication between you and your family. Anything ever goes wrong, cell phones go down, which happen every time there's a storm, that kind of stuff. So, but, and these two radios are only like $60, dude. And they came with dual batteries. They're USB-C charging and everything. They're pretty much the best GMRS, cheap radios you can get. So, but yeah, it's good if you want to think about keeping your family and friends or whatever in communication. And depending on where you live, you can get out way further. So
We've got Shannon saying, isn't California about emptying out? Everybody moved away. And Randy says, Ryder rents trucks you can move, Paul.
I wish. Hey, it's still 3 or 4 times the price to come here, or no, to leave. It is to come here.
Yeah,
if you look up for U-Haul, it's like $3,000 to go that way, and it's like $500 to come this way.
Right. Yeah.
For some crazy number like that, it's insane.
And by the time that Paul finally leaves, they're going to tax him for leaving. So.
Dude. Yeah. Trust me.
Welcome,
I'll figure out
CC.
from that one.
appreciate you being here, and thank you for dropping links. And yes, Randy, I am costing you more money. The GMRS radios, just to be full disclosure, I did purchase a GMRS radio, but I don't have the chance to use a repeater. So,
Oh, when did you do that?
I bought it a long time ago. I told you about it.
Oh, that's right.
I
you
have
did.
I have
Okay.
a GMRS radio.
But you didn't get the license yet?
No, I don't have a license yet.
Well, good. It's only $35 now. I paid $100 or $90 or whatever it was, and for some reason it went down. So maybe it's to make it easier to track us. I don't know.
Okay, I'm going to give this question over to our resident expert, Carl. Gary asks, okay, I may show my age and or ignorance, but how much does tires come into play for highway safety? Are retreads a thing? How much does the average tire cost for a big rig new? Thank you.
A lot.
Yeah, I'm not a mechanic or anything. I never bought tires, but I'm pretty sure they're expensive. But yeah, they use the retreads, except on the steers. But yeah,
you can't put steers on you can't put retreads on a steer. That's completely against the law.
Yeah,
Right.
cows don't like tires.
Yeah, but yeah, they are pretty common on trailers, and drive axle, tires. But like I said, I'm pretty sure it's expensive.
But let's see here. But what does the first part of his question is the one that I wanted you to focus on really is how much does tires come into play for highway safety?
I mean, it comes into big play. I mean, that's what, helps you move and all that stuff. You see blowing tires out all the time, and then people run over those steel wires and they're blowing tires. I've seen motorcycles fall over because they hit those steel belts.
Gators.
Right.
Gators and baby gators.
Yep. So yeah, tires are very important.
Now, the biggest thing, Carl, and I know that all of you are going to agree, even Jeff, don't drive next to a truck.
Right.
Do not be right. Hey, Valerie, appreciate you being here. Don't drive directly next to a semi, because those tires, when they're fully inflated, without driving them, when they're cold, are at 100 pounds PSI. When you start driving down the road, that pressure increases. Now, if you end up blowing a tire, Paul's going to show something here with tires. If you end up blowing a tire, that thing is going to explode and it's going to go into your car. And it's going to do a lot of damage because it does a lot of damage to a truck. It'll rip a complete mud flap hanger right clean off the back end of a truck or a trailer. So,
Hey, Jason,
yes, Jeff.
I have a visual aid of what a blown steer tire will do to a truck.
Okay.
If you like that.
Yeah, send it to me.
Let me get down here to it.
Hey, Jason,
Yes.
I got 1% left and no charger, so I'm going to have to depart prematurely here.
Okay, no problem. We're going a little bit over anyway. So, thanks for coming in, Carl. Everybody say goodbye to Carl and thank him for being on the show today. I appreciate you being here, buddy.
No problem. We'll do it again.
All right, see you.
Bye.
Bye.
1%, no charger? What?
Yeah, I know.
What's the world
Right?
coming
Well,
to? How do you not have a
well,
charger to? Hello?
He ended up. He messaged me before the show started and basically said that there was a chance that he wasn't going to be able to make it because he had something come on. So
No.
I really appreciate him making the time to be here. I really do, because it wasn't something that he would have to do. And oh wow, yeah,
That was at 70 miles an hour, and the truck stayed upright and made it to the right hand shoulder.
he got lucky. And do you know what you're supposed to do if you blow a steer tire?
There's one or two things you can do. You can either use the trolley bar, the trailer brake bar, because when the trailer brakes apply, it will raise the front of the tractor up, or you gas on it.
Yes, and I've always been taught to just gas on it. Paul,
was-
I'm going to give you the chat, or I'm going to give you the room for a minute while I get the video.
I was
or
taught
the
to pray.
evidence. What's that?
I was taught to pray.
You were taught to pray?
Yeah.
In California? Are you sure?
I
No, it
thought they
wasn't-
were atheists in California.
Oh no. Well, there's only a few of us. Trust me.
Okay.
No, it's like hold on tight and pray. No, definitely accelerate. But most of the time, luckily, I've never had it happen. Thank goodness. And I've gone really fast in a truck before. Downhill,
Right.
Always legal though. Always legal. But I've never I've had the trailer tires obviously blow out the most, and then I've had a couple of drive tires blow out, but I've never had a steer tire go out on me.
Okay, there's
Woo!
one side.
Aw, snap.
Yeah, this is look at where the step used to be.
That
And I say used to be.
Wow.
I can tell you that could have wound up much worse than it did, because there was about 45,000 pounds of ammonia sulfate in that trailer.
Oh wow.
Oh, snap.
So it was a placarded load for being flammable and explosive.
Yes.
Oof.
Now from this angle you can see that it took out the front part of the bumper.
Yep.
And then you've got wire hanging there, so that's the electrical that's coming out of there. And then basically it looks like the rubber marks, it looks like he was able to pull off to the shoulder, because you got the rubber marks where the tire was actually flopping around as he was going off to the shoulder. So that was a good save by that driver. He did a good job keeping it upright.
Well, thank you very much.
Well, that was you?
I take pride in what I do.
Yeah,
That was me.
that was Jeff.
Oh, damn it, man. Wow.
What you can't see from that picture is I was going downhill, and about 100 yards behind the truck was a school.
Oh wow.
Snap. Damn.
Yeah, and if you would have lost control and gone off, into a ditch or something, and that hazardous materials load would have completely had to have that school evacuated. So that's the difference. And when we talk about drivers who are experienced versus just putting a driver in a truck, that's what we're talking about.
Maybe that's what we need to do is one of my, when I worked at Swift, that's when I seen how bad the system really was, that literally they did not, it's almost like they pretended to care, but they really did not care at all about training people how to train the newbies. And I mean, literally, I think I said this last time, is one of the trainees I got on my truck, literally, he said, the last trainer said, don't worry about that curb. So I'm like, that's the biggest thing I've seen with, I've seen the one company that I had the best trainee from was out of Vegas, and they made him drive Vegas 90% of his training.
What about your guy from Alaska? Didn't you have a guy from Alaska that was really good?
Alaska. I don't remember.
I thought you had a guy that flew down from Alaska that was a really good trainee.
No, I think this kid was actually, he was from Vegas, and he was young too. He was probably the best young kid that came out of the school that was really good at driving in the city. I didn't have to tell him how to make the first turn out of the freaking parking lot like everybody else.
Right.
Go wider.
And Shannon says, it takes more to being a safe driver than hopping into a seat. Safety is a state of mind, and it really is. And it's something that it's not something that you can just do a couple hours out of your day. It's something that you have to actively do the entire time that you're driving. It's not something that you can stop doing. There's no safety mechanism that can be put onto your truck that is going to replace your eyes, your ears, and your common sense. So it, again, that really is putting it right on the nose, Shannon.
Oh, I have a very good video we should show. It's just
Okay.
a short little clip. So hold on.
As long as it's not going to get me
No,
copyright
we'll cut
strike.
it off real quick.
Okay.
I'll put it up, and then it'll only take a couple seconds. You got like 15 seconds to get away with like doing stuff. Is kind of like the number supposedly.
Yeah,
So,
I think it's 20 seconds, but yeah.
or 20.
either way.
Yeah. So here you go. Oh, it worked.
Wow.
There you go, right there, baby.
That's just a bunch of adults trying to go down a hill and what the heck is that? Are those the Power Wheels?
Yeah, they're the Power Wheels. Oh wait, here you go. Here
okay.
you go. Then we'll kill it right here after this one. This has got to be good. What not?
Oh
to
my
do.
gosh. Wow. Oh my gosh.
Oh damn.
But
I was gonna show this one here. This one actually has exactly what we're talking about real quick.
okay.
Here, this is exactly what we're talking about. I actually had this already spooled up to like demonstrate.
There we go.
There you
All
go.
right.
Here we go. This
Here we
is
go.
from like an old, like I don't know. This is hella old. But watch. This is what happens when the steer tire blows out. Do 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 do.
And there it is.
Do. Ah! There you go. Pull right.
Pull right and hit the gas.
They're probably saying, "Pray, holy hell, pray," but you don't, or you don't kill anybody else.
Right.
Yep. That's it. Tire goes out. Whatever tire goes, that's the direction it goes.
Yep.
Damn.
So we're already going over the hour mark by a little bit, but I need to get moving, and I know Jeff needs to get moving as well. So we're gonna cut this short. Well,
My
we're not gonna
lemon's
cut it
getting
short.
hot.
We're gonna cut it long. But while I've got everybody's in here right now, programming note: live streams are going to be changing from 5 p.m. Central Time to 7 p.m. Central Time. Every Sunday still, but it's going to be 2 hours later. Number one, because football. Everybody's going to be watching football, and there isn't really a time on Sunday that I could do a live stream that isn't going to get at least some part of football. But I figured at least 7 p.m. Central Time is a good time to do the live streams, because there's only going to be 2 teams playing at night, and I'm not going to have to compete with every other football team in the league.
Wait, what's
So,
football again?
It's
That's
the
the one
thing
with the
with
round
yeah,
ball
it's the
that
thing
guys
with
kick,
no,
right?
it's the thing with the kind of oblong ball, and they can kick it and throw it and all that other stuff. So
Oh, the throw ball.
It's the devil.
it is the devil. I thank you, Bobby Boucher, for coming in. I appreciate it.
Mama said.
Shannon says, no, I'm not going to be watching football. Thank you, Yads. I appreciate you coming in, and I hope you have a good day at work. And I really thank everyone for coming in today. I thank all of the guests on the panel. Paul C., he's definitely going to be coming back. Jeff Marks, he's going to be calling back one of these days, and hopefully we can get him on video instead of just on the phone. And a big thank you to our friend and resident expert of all things trucking, Karl Marx. So thank you, everybody, for coming in, and thank you all for coming along for this ride with me. And I will see you later on down the road. Bye-bye, everybody.